Just Talk Black Show. Disclosure Statement. Disclaimer. The views and opinions shared on the Just Talk Black Show are those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the show, its sponsors, or affiliates. This show is a space for open, honest, and respectful dialogue within the Black community. Some conversations may include sensitive topics, strong language, or personal opinions that are intended to spark thought and encourage positive change. Listener discretion is advised. All guests are responsible for the accuracy of their statements and agree to participate voluntarily. By appearing on the show, guests give permission for their audio, video, and likeness to be recorded and distributed across Just Talk Black's platforms. Let's talk real. Let's talk truth. Let's just talk Black.
This is the Just Talk Black Show with DJ Purpose. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. sharp. Every story, every struggle, every win we claim. We speak it loud, but respect on our name. Yeah. Let's talk black, we shine, we grow. Building up the people every Thursday on the Just Talk Black Show. From pain into pride, let the whole world know we're unfiltered, unite. Just Talk Black Show. Celebrate with voices from the block to the boardroom within. Our stories connect us. It's deeper than chat. It's love, it's respect. Just talk black. Just talk black show. Say it loud. Let's talk black. Just talk black show. Rise together. Let's talk black show. Yeah. Let's talk black show. Oh yeah. Just talk black show.
Hello guys and welcome back to the Just Talk Black Show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys back. Listen, every Thursday I look forward to having this show and I look forward to seeing you guys and hearing from you guys again. And if you didn't see our show last week, please log into the YouTube Just Talk Black and you will see many videos of people that I interviewed. Last week we was talking about domestic violence and also we were talking to a cancer survivor. That episode, I'm telling you, was wow. It blew my mind away of stuff that I learned and just sharing about domestic violence and why is it so important to talk about domestic violence. People are losing their life through domestic violence. People are broken from domestic violence. Families are broken. Kids are torn apart from domestic violence. So it was a very important topic last week, Thursday. So if you missed that, then you can go to the YouTube channel and watch that there. But today is a new day and, you know, I just wanted to say, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. But also, what I need you guys to do is subscribe and like the channel. The more thing and the help that you can do today for this show is by liking and subscribing, especially when you like and hit that like button. It pushes it out to many different people who might need to hear about this show. And you never know which life or somebody's life that you can save through this show, because we talk about many different topics across the board. And I just want to just say a big thank you to all the listeners who are always tuning in. You are so appreciated. I really do appreciate that you tune in every week to the Just Talk Black Show. But listen, we're going on to the Black History Month and wow, I've got a guest and I'm doing a special episode on Sunday and we're talking about fatherless homes. There's a young guy who I'm going to be interviewed who grew up without a father in the house. So if you are free and available on Sunday, that will be at 7 p.m. That is a special edition that I am doing for the Black History Month. So let me just bring it in and just show you what we're going to be talking about and who he is.
This Sunday on the Just Talk Black Show, Rory Chambers, breaking the cycles, growing up fatherless and finding manhood.
So this is the guy, Rory, who I'm going to be interviewing. Fatherless homes and black men's manhood, a conversation that we definitely need to have. This is one that we need to have, guys. You know, there's many young kids out there growing up without fathers in the house. Why is this? Why is this in the black community, and why does it have a big effect on the black community? So this show will be live on YouTube at 7 p.m. So please, guys, tune in. And remember, you can phone in and ask questions in the chat as well. Today, the phone lines are available. But guys, when I will let you know when the phone lines that you can call in and you can ask our special guest today any questions that you want to. But also in the chat, please put your questions. Say hello to everybody. Let us know that you're in the chat. If you're there today watching, just say hi to me so I know that you're live in the chat, guys. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. This is a show made specially for you guys. But I'm going to bring my guest in. Let's move on with the show. So today we are going to be talking about the art of letting go and self-love. This is a conversation that we need to definitely have. Myself as well, I'm going to be like tuned into this 100% today, because this is healing within the black community that we need. So I'm going to bring the guest in and I'm going to let her introduce herself and let her tell you a little bit about herself.
Greetings, DJ Purpose. Thank you for having me on your show. I'm very appreciative. Also, I'd like to thank Jeannie Brooks for not being a gatekeeper and pointing me in this direction. My name is Audreia Josephs. I am an award-winning author. I'm a life coach, motivational speaker, author, as I said, a mother of 6, 3 biological and 3 blended, 15 grandchildren with our blended family. And as we converse further along, you will hear more about me.
Wow. So welcome, Audrey, to the Just Talk Black. I am well happy to have you on this show today, and I'm looking forward to this conversation that we're going to have. I've been speaking to you, you know, on and off about the topic, and I'm just telling the audience, I've met her like not that long, and I'm telling you, we have built a connection. She is such a lovely lady. I'm telling you guys, there's not many people out there just like her. I'm truly blessed to know you, and I thank you for coming on the Just Talk Black show. But let's kick right straight into it, and let me ask you the first sort of question. What made you dedicate your life to helping others?
Oh, wow. Beautiful question. I was fortunate enough in life to have met good women, good people in my life, and I wanted to emulate who they were. They were good. They loved me, and they weren't family. Some of them, they were not connected by blood, and they loved me, and so I wanted to be that person. Also, it was because it was what I needed. As we converse along the way, you'll understand my story and my journey. But these women came into my life and they impacted my life. And I wanted to make a difference because of these people who came in my life.
So you are a book author. Can you tell us some of the books? Let's head down that road straight away, because I know you've written a couple of books. Can you just name some of those books for us that you have written?
Certainly, my first book was called Forgiveness, The Journey to Healing the Heart. Then I was in a second book, and that was The Journey to Purpose. That was within the same year. And subsequently, I think I've done an entrepreneur's book. I recently did lessons we learned during COVID.
Yep.
And recently, in March, I launched 2 books
Yep.
of my own personal books. The other ones were anthologies. And the last 2 was a hair journey, my hair story, and a heart detox. And that's a 30-day forgiveness guide. So, yes.
Yeah. Which one out of them, I'm going to ask you, which one out of them is your favorite book that you've written, and why? Which one of them would you say? They're all special. I know they're all special, but which one to you is the most one that you said, yeah, I'm really like loving this one the most?
I think it was the first book. And the first book is because I'm dyslexic. And I only discovered this when I went on a course during my own job. And it was a dyslexia awareness course.
Yep.
And when they were describing what dyslexia was, I thought, oh, that fits me. So I'm a dyslexic person. I'm also a left-handed person. So I was born in the 60s. And so I had difficulty with writing and doing stuff. And back in the 60s, they thought it was a bit of a mystery, for want of a better word, with your left hand. So, yes, I had that issue. But my first book is my actual, that's the book I gave birth to first. That's the book that let me know that I could write. And so for me, it was something that I did that I never thought that I could do. If someone had told me that I could write a book or would write a book, I'd be like, you're kidding, I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. And I had no idea. And I'll let you know something. I wrote that book in about 7 weeks, 65,000 words, you know, and that was through my book coach, Dr. Ava Brown. She inspired me. She's another person who came into my world and said, you can do it, go for it. But I will speak about her further along down the line as well. But yeah, it was my first book. I guess the first thing that you do, that you realize you can do it, yes, that's the book that impacted me.
Wow, that's interesting because I suffer with dyslexia, and I actually done an interview with one of my friend Leon Brown, and we were talking about dyslexia. It's not really talked much about in the black community, I really feel. And for you just to come out and say that, I definitely do salute you on that. And, you know, to see that you have written a book and you saying you are dyslexia, so that encouraged me even more to, when I'm ready, I might have to be coming to you and saying, you know, help me write my book, you know. So
I got the right person for you.
there you go. There you go. So just let's touch on this topic now of forgiveness. Now, why was it especially forgiveness? Let's talk about that. Why did you want to talk about forgiveness? And that's a tough topic when we're talking about forgiveness. It is really a tough topic. So what made you go down that road of forgiveness?
Wow. Ooh. I didn't choose it. It chose me. Forgiveness chose me. I never actually thought that I would ever forgive anyone,
Yeah,
anything, anytime, anywhere in the world. And I'm coming from childhood abuse.
yeah,
So I was sexually abused. I was molested at the age of 3,
yeah.
sexually abused at the age of 8. I also come from
Can I
being a
just
battered child.
can I just quickly just stop you there? Is that your mic
Sure.
on your clothes? Because it's what you're it's
Oh,
actually
my
doing. Because
apologies.
I need people to hear you.
Yeah.
I
So
need them to,
sorry
yeah,
about
so
that, everyone.
just hold it for us
You
so
want me
that
to rewind?
yeah, because this is important.
Okay.
I think this part is really important. Yeah, could you start again? Because I really
Yeah.
want the audience to hear this part, because I think it's an important part what you're going to say.
Okay, so I was molested at the age of 3. I was sexually abused at the age of 8. But I also come from childhood domestic abuse where I was a battered child for 10 years at the hands of my mother. So, talking about forgiveness, I don't think I'd forgive anybody, anytime, anywhere. you know. So, like I said, forgiveness chose me in some sort of strange way. And um, I find that it's my superpower now. I find that it's my superpower. And I could talk about forgiveness all day long. And so it became something that, like I say, chose me.
Wow, so it chose you. And I love that when you know something choose you, you've got to answer, because it
Hmm.
might choose you, but you have to answer the call. And
Hmm.
that's important. And I do really appreciate that you answered that call, because now I know that you are helping many people out there. So you teach on what is called the art of forgiveness. For these listeners who may not understand What does that mean?
Okay. Well, I had to change it from the art of forgiveness to the art of letting go because I realized that when you come to people with forgiveness, the conversation, they think you're going to start speaking about religion,
Yep.
or they think you are going to tell them what to do. And what I know for sure is most people have not been taught how to forgive. The conversation of forgiveness is really not there. And so people don't have a methodology of how to do it. And if they do think about forgiveness, it's from a religious standpoint. And I wanted to eliminate all of that. So, where I come from in the conversation of forgiveness, it's from a heart centered place. I don't do it from a religion. I know religious people want to know, well, how do you forgive without bringing religion into it? And I actually, and this is Audrey's opinion, but I don't think religion is the authority on forgiveness. And so for me, I made my own way out of the maze, which was a difficult place to find myself because being abused, being a battered child, being teased, always being at the bottom of the pile because no one recognized I had any great ability. No one saw who I know I am today. No one saw that. So going through my school life, I was always the, picked on or the lowest in the class, in the lowest class, nothing. So no one expected this Audrey.
I like that. I like that you said it don't come, and you've changed it so it doesn't come from a religion point of view, which is good in a sense so that many people who are not religious can understand it. So I totally get why you did it that way, and it is a way because there's many people who don't believe in religion. There are many people that don't have faiths. So I truly understand why you've said that. But many in our community, and let's talk about our black community that suffers with traumas and
Yeah.
find it hard to break that circle of forgiveness. How can we as a black community start healing ourselves?
We start with first self-love. We cannot offer anything in this world until we recognize that we've got to love ourselves first. So, in the conversation with forgiveness, the art of letting go, I talk about self love because you can only give these things to yourself, forgiveness, if you love yourself. And you've got to recognize yourself as a whole, complete being. And for a very long time, I saw myself as pieces of me everywhere, brokenness. So I couldn't see how I could bring myself together, back together, because I was in the scattered places, north, east, south, west. I was everywhere else. And I wasn't loving me. And it was when I discovered that I'm valuable, I matter, I count, then I could start addressing the wounds because you can't see your brokenness if you're not loving yourself. And self love is a mirror that reflects back to you what you are thinking, feeling. And so for me, when I got into this space, I realized that I didn't even love myself, I didn't even like myself. I thought that love was something you give away to others, not to yourself. And so I had to find the self love. And with that spark, in turn, it enabled me to forgive me now. When we're talking about forgiveness, people tend to talk about what someone else did to them. It's always a conversation. She did this to me. He did that to me. They did this to me. But for me, it was about, so what have I allowed to happen to myself? What's happened to me? What did I allow to go into my head? And what I allowed was powerlessness. I believed I didn't have any power. I believed I didn't have any strength. I believed I wasn't good enough. And that's where I had to start from self love to self forgiveness.
I love that. The way that you just said that. Self-love, I think, is the starting point, as you said, for forgiveness. I think loving yourself first is the first starting point. How
Yes.
can somebody now take them steps to self-loving themselves if they don't know? Like they just say, all right, I want to start loving myself. What are some of the steps that somebody can take?
It's not an overnight thing. I I'll be honest with you, it was one drop at a time. One drop. Like the tap dripping, it was one. You don't get, if you put the plug in a bath, you wouldn't get a full bath with one drop at a time, but over a period of time, if you left it for some time, when you came back, it would be a full bath. And what happened with me was I found the plug so that all the love, all the stuff, everything that was coming to me wasn't going down the plug hole. It was actually collecting. And so I ended up with a full bath of water, right? In turn, that's how I started to love myself one drop at a time. And some of the processes, I did a myriad of different things. So it wasn't just one thing, it was like a whole pot of soup. And one of the things that I had to do was actually stand in front of the mirror, look at me, and appreciate me because every time, because I was so broken, every time I looked in the mirror, I saw broken. I didn't see beauty. I didn't see anything other than broken. So every time I'd look in the mirror, and I know people tend to just push their faces, scream their faces, and they're gone. But we're actually not looking at ourselves, especially not for 5 minutes. And I had to start off with, I love you, I love you, I love you in the mirror, looking in my own eyes, mirror work. And it seemed stupid at first because at first I was finding, oh, your nose look like that, your lip look like this, your eyes, you don't look good, blah, blah, blah. And it took a long time. I kept doing it, I persisted. And then one day it just fell inside of me, fell right inside of me. And all of a sudden, I looked at me and I didn't see the brokenness anymore. I didn't see, oh, you're ugly. You're not worthy. You're not good enough. I didn't see that person any longer. I saw me, a new version of me. And that's how my self love started. And then I started doing affirmations, which felt false at first. They didn't seem true. You are worthy, you are good enough, you are beautiful, you're strong, you're powerful. Those kind of things are like stupidness. But I persisted.
No, I like that. Again, definitely self-love, looking in the mirror, telling yourself about yourself, loving yourself, which is so important. With that as well, with that self-love, and I know it has to start with a person, but say for example, I've got a friend and a guy or a woman, for example, and they're feeling down all the time, they're feeling down. How can I help them as a friend feel like, where they feel like giving up in life? How can I help them as a friend? And I know it needs to start with them and it has to start with them. But what's some of the steps that I can do to help them along
You
their
know,
way of getting there? And I know it needs to start with them, and everybody's going to say, it needs to start with you first. But as a friend, when I'm hearing my friends in pain
yes.
and talking about past mistakes that they've done, how can I help them as a friend along that journey of self-loving themselves?
You know, a lot of people may not understand, some people may agree, but I speak from Audrey's space. So I can only come from where I am.
Yeah,
And for me, I encounter that all the time. I
yeah,
encounter that all the time, especially being who I am. And for me, I step into the space with love first for
yeah.
them.
Just grab your mic again
And
for us. Oh, sorry, that
yeah,
mic. I
yeah,
need
it
I need
keeps
people
falling
to
over
hear
there.
it. Yeah.
So sorry.
If you can
Yeah,
hold,
I have to.
if you
I'll
hold the
hold it.
mic,
I'll hold it.
yeah.
I'll hold
Or
it.
if you
I'll
hold
hold
it
it.
round,
Yeah.
because what it does is rubbing on your clothes, and I need people to hear this because this is a deep conversation. Yeah. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. I know a lot of people will come from that space. And so I start with love, but what I also do, which I don't know about other people, but what I do is I send love ahead of me, the
Mm,
energy of love. No matter where I am, I've sent the energy of love into this space because, for one, love is a seed
mm.
and it will grow. And I consider myself a person who sows seed everywhere I go. Throw glitter and seeds.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm planting all the time. And so going into a space with my friend or someone I know, and I know that they're in a desperate situation. I've had to deal with people who are suicidal. I've had to deal with people who are all kinds of different things. And I always just depend on the love, loving them enough until they can lean on my love, lean on me,
yeah,
until you find your own strength, like a
yeah.
baby learning to walk. Let me hold your hand until you can stand up and walk for yourself.
Wow, powerful. That's powerful. That is
It's
powerful.
not easy to do. It's not easy being that person, but I guess when you are, for want of a better word, chosen to be in that space, then you know that you're never alone in your work, in what you're doing. You have invisible forces working on your behalf.
Mm, I love that. And the way you've just said that made me look at it different in a sense of what you're just saying. Sometimes they just need us to hold them until they can get to that certain place of that
Yeah,
healing place, which is
yeah.
very important. You said that you've done dealt with many people like who's going through sort of problems and sort of stuff. And I know you was a counselor. Can you just tell us a little bit about your counseling background of what you've done?
Okay. Yeah, I started in 19, I went to university in 1992. When I got there, I didn't see anyone that looked like me, which is quite
Mm,
interesting at that time, obviously. But I actually started because I wanted counseling. I actually wanted counseling. So I ended up going to university and becoming a counselor because I wanted the service. And I know that's a weird thing. And I know people probably be thinking, why would you do it that way? But I wanted someone who looked like me because I couldn't connect with other people. And I didn't think they would understand my journey because of the community that I've come out of, the family I've come from, the world that I inhabited. And so I decided one day I want to become a counselor. So I went to university in 1992 and studied to become a counselor. And, it was a great thing to do. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad because I was on the edge. At the time when I did it, no one knew that I was at a suicidal point. And so for me, becoming a counselor saved my own life.
wow. So becoming a counselor helped you along your journey. That is yeah, I never really thought with counselors need counselors. You always think counselors are the ones who are just there, but they do say that counselors do need counseling as well, which is powerful. Along your counseling journey, what are some of the stuff that you saw that really helped you through your counseling situation? Because now you're counseling, you're helping many other people, but you're dealing with your own traumas at the same time. What are some of the things that while you were doing your counseling helped you as a person?
Um, to realize that all of us share a similar story. My story is your story is my story. And so I started realizing that sometimes when you're isolated and you're not speaking to anyone and you're just in your own situation, you're in your own head. And so you tend to start thinking that it's just me that's having this experience. No one can understand because they don't know what I've been through,
Mm,
and all of that. And so for me, I recognize that We all share a similar story. We all share similar journeys. It's not necessarily the exact same script, but it's not far off.
Well, I just want to quickly say in the chat, if you do have any questions or you do want to phone in, the phone lines are open for you to phone in. Please do put your questions also in the chat, because I can bring it up on the screen and I can read it out, and then Audrey can answer your questions. If you are out there and you are suffering with traumas, or you're finding it hard to forgive, you know, I would say to you, seek help, speak to someone about it. And I'm sure Audrey as well can help you along that way. You know, so please as well, subscribe, like the channel. You know, as I keep on saying, it does help push this channel out. But what we're going to do, we're going to go for a quick advertisement break, and then we're going to hit back on the other side. So please, guys, subscribe, like, put your questions in the chat. Let's bring it out today. Let's get your thoughts on forgiveness. Do you find it hard to forgive somebody? And have you been on your own journey of healing as well? And how did you come out of that stage of your healing? And how are you now doing today? So let's take a quick advertisement break, and I'll see you back on the other side.
What's up, everyone? This is Leon Brown, CEO and co-founder of Elevation Effects, London's #1 financial education and trading company. And right now you are locked in with DJ Purpose on the Just Talk Black Show. Just Talk Black Show is your home for everything community related, business, education, finance, relationships, and we've got to run this up and make sure we help DJ Purpose make this the #1 show in the world for Black community related topics. So listen, I want you to like, share, and subscribe on every single comment you can, and make sure you keep it locked in with DJ Purpose on the Just Talk Black Show.
Just Talk Black. Hi, my name is Janice Ramos. I am a soul jazz singer, and I am also an abstract portrait artist. I had my interview with the Just Talk Black show, and I loved it. I had the pleasure of being in that show, and can I just say, I was very well received. The host was spectacular. He asked the right questions, interesting questions. That got me thinking a little bit. It was an experience. I liked it. So if you're someone who is a business owner, if you're someone who's an entrepreneur, you know, trying to do something for yourself, trying to promote your business, your product, hit them up. You won't regret it. See you.
Yes, big up to DJ Purpose. What a show we had the other day. I really appreciate you having me on your show, the Talk Black Show. Listen, guys, you have to subscribe to this channel, guys. It is doing bits, yeah, talking about black culture, business, mental health, the whole thing. My guy DJ Purpose is tackling these subjects that may be taboo to people. But guys, you're doing a great job, DJ Purpose. Keep doing what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Hit him up on the Talk Black Show. Hit that like button, subscribe to him. This guy's going places. Take care.
For a limited time, 10 Black-owned businesses can promote their brand on the Just Talk Black Show absolutely free.
Yo, got a Black-owned business. It's time to shine with Just Talk Black Show. This is Just Talk Black, where we speak truth that lift the Black community. Advertise your brand on the Just Talk Black Show. Make it loud, make it bold. Call DJ Purpose, let the story unfold. On that 0747-153-9533. This is Just Talk Black Show. Your business
Yeah, and welcome back, guys. And welcome back. I just want to quickly say, I need you guys to ramp this up. Come on, let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up in this room. Please just tick that like button. Come on, guys. It's just tick, a little tick. That's all we need. We need to push this out. We need to push this conversation out. We need the black community to hear this conversation today. Forgiveness, guys. Come on. Let's ramp this up. Let's get these likes up. So, guys, if you are out there and you want to be a guest on the Just Talk Black show, please go onto my Instagram page or my LinkedIn and you can find me there to be a guest on the next Just Talk Black show. If you own a business or you got testimony, as simple as that, guys. Come on, let's get you on here. Let's get you promoted. Let's get you out there to the crowd. So again, please, let's get those likes up. Those likes are going up, but we really do need to push the likes up, guys. It is so important to push those likes up. So let's get back our guest back on the show. So Audrey, can you tell us, you've worked with young people and you've worked with women in prison. What was that like? Can you tell us about what, especially I want to know about working with a woman in the prison. What's some of the work? What sort of stuff did you do with them in the prison? And can you speak about that for starters?
Yeah, I was trained by the Samaritans
Yep.
to support women in prison.
Yep.
That's a whole nother story in itself. You'd have to call me back for that one.
I'll have to get you back for that one.
You gotta get me back for that whole story.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, working with women in prison was very rewarding, and the whole journey has shown me that anything can happen to anyone, anyhow, anytime. It doesn't matter who you think you are, and not to be judgmental. And to be more so supportive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So that was what. But I actually work with young people as well. You asked that part as well.
Yep.
And it's something that I've done. I actually didn't realize that it was something that I'd done since my early 20s. So I've been doing that type of work for over 40 years.
And let's put it out there.
I've been working with young people.
Yeah, let's put it out there, for people to understand as well. Do you own a company and stuff, and what does that company tell of? And if people out there want to learn these journeys and of your many books, because I know you've got a 30-day detox book, is that correct as well?
Yeah.
So
I'm very proud of that.
Let's get to the part of where people can get to you and reach you, if it's on social media and LinkedIn, and what are some of the services that you offer?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram on the Forgiveness Godmother,
Yep.
and also on Facebook. And you can find me as well, Audreia Josephs. Email, Audreia Josephs, .com, website, and Gmail. You can find me at Gmail too. I'm not really great at all this stuff because I'm coming from a whole different era. So I'm born in the early 60s. So I'm actually playing catch up with all this digital world.
No,
And
it's
so I
okay.
have to get my children to help me.
Yeah.
My adult children. I have to get them to help me with all this stuff because it's not something that I'm used to.
Yep.
So they help me out with
They
that
help you
side
with
of
social
stuff.
media.
But I have a business. It's called Resilient Minds.
And tell us a little bit about that.
Resilient Minds. I've had Resilient Minds for about 15, 20 years. Yeah, and Resilient Minds, we go into different establishments. We support young people. I actually work with a sister called Sandy Joseph as well, and we do teen girls networking, and I absolutely love that because that's girls 13 to 18, and we teach them empowerment, motivation, affirmations, but we also teach them physical things like how to make your own hair care products or skincare products. We teach them about their hair, we teach them about Black history. We teach so much, and we've done this for about 6 years. Yeah, so yeah, it's something. And the reason I do this, I will let you know, is because it's a service that I wanted when I was a girl. So I put so much into working with young people because I I didn't have that. I wanted that when I was a youngster. And so I offer what I wanted to have for myself.
Well, that in itself is amazing because sometimes when we're growing up, we say we wish we had this as a service or we wish that we had that. But you have started something that you wish when you was younger that you are now giving to the community out there.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Just quickly tell us about your detox book and why you started on a detox journey. Quickly.
Well, I wanted to make it as simple as possible. Also, when it comes to the conversation of the art of letting go, I can't be everywhere. You may find me on YouTube, but me physically, I can't be everywhere. But the book, it's such a simple book. It's on Amazon, as you said. It's such a
Yep.
simple book. It's not complicated. I didn't want to make it complicated. I wanted to make it as simple as ABC, one, two, three. Because when things are going on in your life, you don't want this encyclopedia. You don't want a whole dictionary. You want something that you can grab as quickly. I'm feeling like this, and this is what I need. Quick, quick, quick. And so I did it basically a microwave thing,
Yeah.
the 30 days. And the 30 days, I said 30 days, but I know I've had books that say 30 days, and it's taken me 12 months to read. So I know that everybody's not going to do it in 30 days. I know some people might get it the same day and they read through it the whole thing the same day, the
Yeah.
same week. So we're not all the same. So the 30 days is not rigid, it's just a guide.
Wow.
So you take as long as you like.
You could
You
take
can
as long
actually
as you want.
repeat it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you can take as, and I actually say that in the book.
that's right. Take as
No
long as you
rush.
want. No rush.
Yeah,
Just take as long.
yeah.
That yeah. You and sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. Life has a lot on us and sort of stuff, and
Yeah,
we get busy and stuff.
yeah.
Let me talk about quickly about relationship because relationships is a part which is interesting as well, and that part I would say forgiveness as well. When your
Oh,
partner upsets you, let's talk about that. How when my partner upsets me, how do I forgive her? Like, what do I need to do? What's some of the steps that you can advise me of doing? If my partner like she gets on my nerves for one day, she says something wrong, and it really burns me. What's some of the steps that I could take to forgiving her, or what would you say from a lady's
okay.
point of view?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm not the finished article, I'm a work in progress.
yeah,
And even though I've worked on this for many, many years, that don't mean that if you step on my toe, you know what I mean? Because I could get like that with my husband too,
yeah,
you know. But the thing is, I don't stay in that space. That's the superpower of knowing the art of letting go. Is
yeah,
that you can get in a space. Don't get me wrong, there are things that happen in this world. You know, we are human, we are living in a physical body. And so for me, I know things happen, but I don't stay in that space. That's the difference because I know I have the tools to be able to say, let me breathe my way out of this one. Let me sit in stillness. Let me shut up and not respond because that may fuel the fire. Let me recognize and read the room before I get it completely wrong. So sometimes silence is a superpower in itself.
So silence is one of the things that you say if you are having an argument with your partner straight away, not to respond
Sometimes
back straight away.
just
Sometimes
breathe.
just to
Learn a
breathe.
few breathing exercises. Sometimes the breathing exercises help with the oxygen to the brain. And
So
sometimes that gives you clarity
how does that
because
work?
you may be wrong. Okay. So for me, I will sit here and let's say, for example, an count of three because we want to do things quick. Yeah? So
Yeah.
I'll do a count of three and then I'll breathe out for four. And it slows your heart rate down. It slows everything down. And sometimes that's what you need in the heat. You don't need fire with fire.
Mm,
You need to just breathe in the space because sometimes the heart's moving fast, everything is moving fast, and you start talking fast and you say the wrong thing.
wow.
So for me, slowing it down, taking 3 breaths and 4 out. 3 in and 4 out, and it slows the heart rate. That's what
Mm,
you're trying to do and get oxygen to the brain. Now, I know it sounds simplified, but I know there is power in the most simplest processes.
yeah. So then how do I've done that now, I've calmed down because that calmed me down and the room's gone quiet and I'm calm, but I'm still holding that burning against what they've said to me. What's the steps that I should take? Is it that I should have a conversation with them or should I just let it pass? Or what would you advise on that? And this is your own personal advice.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to know from a lady's point of view because there's many guys out there who are in relationships and, we all go through that part where our partners upsets us and it
Well,
burns us for maybe 2 days, 3 days. And sometimes as guys, we don't say nothing. We keep it
yeah.
in. We don't let it out and we just say, she burned me, but I'm not going to say nothing because that's just going to cause an argument. What's your advice from a lady's point of view if, somebody to get past that forgiveness and to actually forgive them now? Because we've done the calming down, which I get, which we have to do before we say anything that we shouldn't say. But that part of forgiving or forgiveness, how do we get to that point of them steps?
Okay. Well, one size doesn't fit all. That much I can tell you for sure. But also, for me, okay, how did I get past being abused and being a this and going in that? And
Mm,
I've had bad relationships as well where
yeah.
someone's cheated on me. No, 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 no. Okay, so how do you get past that? For me, I've learned to, it might sound a bit weird, but I've learned to see people as children. I see them in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
And learn, your child, maybe you're broken, maybe you see, it depends
Just
on
grab that
who's
mic.
on the
Grab that
right side
mic.
of the argument.
Grab
It
that mic.
depends on what, yeah,
Yeah.
it depends what side of the argument you're on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could be the one in the wrong, or your partner could be the one in the wrong, and I wouldn't know that. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But what I do know is in every encounter, there is an opportunity for you to learn something about yourself. So maybe that's patience, maybe you're quick tempered, maybe you get angry and you're not expressing, so you're holding your anger.
mm,
So it's about learning about yourself. In every encounter, you are either teaching or you are learning.
yeah. Wow. Guys, did you hear that? We have just learned something there. Sometimes through these situations, through these arguments, it can teach you what you're saying. Basically, it can teach us about ourselves, how we react. And is it that we're
Mhm,
reacting of maybe something from our past that is
mhm.
traumatized and we're bringing it out in a relationship? Or is it that we're not understanding our partners? And the reason why I wanted to touch on that because forgiveness is a part of relationships. Sometime in a relationship, we do have to forgive, especially where we come out and people have cheated on us. Or sometimes for people who are living in marriages, everybody has their trials and tribulations. So that's why I really wanted to touch on that. And I'm thankful that you touched on, what you've been through because there's many people out there who is suffering in silence, who's gone through domestic violence or sexual abuse. What would you say to someone who is listening today who has never spoken about it, never told no one about it, and is suffering in silence inside themselves? What would you say to them today? What would be your words to them to encourage them? And yeah, hold that mic because I want to hear this one clear as day.
I'm gonna hold it and come closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. We can only do what we can do when we're ready to do it. Yeah. So if someone has not spoken about it, it's obvious that they are not in the place. But sometimes listening to a conversation like this can inspire, help them to open up, let them recognize that you don't have to sit in it, you don't have to hold it. Some people hold it because they think it's the family shame. I don't want to upset everybody. Maybe you've seen the very person who has abused you. Maybe Christmas, holiday seasons, family event, you might see this person, so they're still in your face. So you don't want to reveal it because you think, I'm going to break the whole family apart. Well, this is the time for me personally that I would say to someone, be selfless. Think about yourself and your mental health. How are you surviving when you're not speaking about it? What is it taken from you? Who are you? Are you the best version of yourself if you're not talking about it? Or if you've not got rid of it? If you've not, you know, you don't have to speak to a myriad of people, but maybe one person who's really, really trusted in your world. And if you don't have a trusted person, get to an outside agency and speak to someone there. And I've had to go through that process. I've spoken to, you know, different crisis people and different counseling and different things. And it helped. And it helped simply because I recognized that this person doesn't know me. And so I could speak to them freely. That gave me an element of freedom. So there are lots of different things that you can do, but you can also contact me. I offer a service that I can speak to you for free for a certain period of time. So you can contact me if you think that's what you need. You know, I'm not for everyone, and forgiveness is not the most glamorous topic. So I know some people run backwards when they hear about forgiveness. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to forgive. And I want to let it go because if I let it go, I'm making this person feel like they're powerful in my world and they're strong. And it's not that. Forgiveness, to be quite honest, is your superpower because you're letting something go and you're moving on with your own life. So yeah, I have more to say on that, but just an entry point.
Wow. That was an entry point, you know. That was a sermon. That was a sermon. Wow. That was a sermon. That wasn't no entry point. But as I said, definitely I am well appreciated to have you on this show today. I just want to ask you two more sort of questions. What has the journey taught you about yourself as a black woman in Britain today? What has your journey taught you as a black woman today?
Well, boy, I've been a black woman today for quite a long time, for 60 odd years. And, being first generation, born in the UK to my Jamaican parents, what has it taught me as a black woman in the UK today is that we are more resilient than people like to put us in a pigeonhole, put us in boxes. We are more than labels. We are more than even we know we are. And that's what I'm discovering. Every day, I'm taking off a layer of what doesn't serve me, what doesn't move me forward, what doesn't help me to live the best version of me. And so I recognize, especially now at this stage, I don't know if that's because of my age, but I recognize that being who I am in this body, in this skin, I am all powerful.
Wow. Love that. Love that. Amen to that. I would say amen to that. Is there any final words before we do come to a closure? Is there any final words that you would want to say to the audience out there today? Final words that you would want to leave with
Yeah,
the audience?
sure. You know, we can feel a particular thing. We can feel angry, we can feel sad today, and we can think that it's going to stay like that. But we're living in an ever evolving world. Every day, something shifts, something changes, something moves. We don't stay the same, and our situation will not stay the same, even though it feels like, and it may have continued for 20, 30, 40, but it can change. But you are the key to the change. You have to desire the change. My life would never have changed. I wouldn't be who I am today had I not desired that change from deep within. And because I wanted that change, I didn't know where I was going to find the change. But what happened was, like if you are a religious person, it works on the good desires of your heart. So you understand that. So you have a good desire within, right? And everything will conspire to support that. And so you might not see it now and you might think it's taking too long, it's not happening. But the more you say it's taking too long, not happening, is the more you're putting yourself backward. You gotta basically, for me, Audrey, I stepped in and I was nervous. I was shy because I'm a Gemini, so I've got two kind of sides to me. I've got a bold side and then I've got a very shy side. And the bold side will push me forward and let me do stuff and then step away and leave the shy side standing there. But believe me when I say that, especially now, we are living in such a powerful period of time. It's just about recognizing our superpower, and the art of letting go is more powerful than you know. And believe me, it will start one drop at a time, one seed, but that seed will grow and grow and grow. And I know that everything that I desired conspired and came together to support me because I wanted change and I wanted it so much that what was in me just came out. And so I'll say your circumstances, where you come from, is not a reflection of who you truly are. I came from a place that they would have classed as ghetto, but I came out of that and I actually love my community. I love my community, Birmingham, Handsworth, big up. I'll never forget them because they were the people who loved me when I didn't love me. They were the people who held me until I was able to stand up and walk for myself.
Wow, love that. Love that. Absolutely love that. Well, I'm going to say, just before I do ask you my final question, which I do ask everybody on the show, the most important question to me that I ask everybody on the show. But just quickly, I've got one of your books to give away. Wow.
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this book is going free today. You can win this book very simply, very simple, and I will post it free of charge to your door. You will get it as ASAP as I can send it. But this is one of Audrey's book that she's written. And let me see if I can get your other books up. That's the same book as well. So if you do want to get it, you can get it on Amazon as well. But as I was saying, this is going for absolutely free. So you don't even have to buy this today. If you miss out, then yes, you do have to buy it because it ain't going to be free anymore. The simple thing that you have to do, and the very easy thing you have to do, is the first person I get to basically call me, and that could be during the show, why I'm saying the last final question, if you really want it quickly, or it could be after the show that you can call me and see if the book's still available. It's just call me and say, DJ Purpose, love what you're doing. Big up Audrey. Can I have that book? Simple words. And that is it. You could win this book and it will get posted straight out to you. So you can call in if you want it, or after the show, you can give me a quick call as well and say that you want the book. But Audrey, my final question to you is, if you can host a table and you can only have one person on that table, from the past or the present now, who would that one person be and why? That could be anybody that you would want, anybody, but only one. I know there's many that you could choose.
Whoa, DJ Purpose. You got me there, you know.
Dropped it on you.
Yeah, you got me there because can I say two?
No.
And I'm gonna
Go on,
explain
say
to you
two.
why.
Go on,
I'm gonna
yeah.
explain to you why. I'm gonna explain to you why. Two impactive women, not famous. One was my uncle, my auntie's sister, and she passed away when I was 13. She was murdered. And she was the first person who taught me to do anything with love.
Mm.
Yeah. And then the second person, and her name is Casilda Clark. Amazing. I hold her essence, I hold her energy, who she is. And then there's another woman called Ivy Drysdale. Now, I met these two women when I was age 6. And Ivy Drysdale was not my family. She wasn't connected to me, but she loved me just because. She supported me. She passed away 3 years ago, and she supported me. Now, if I was going to have a table, I can't separate the two women because they mean that much to
Much
me.
to you, yeah.
And I am who I am today because of those women,
Wow.
you know? And so I can't choose.
You
I
can't
couldn't
choose.
choose.
That's
I
fair.
couldn't choose. I couldn't choose.
That's fair.
I couldn't choose.
That's the first one on the Just Talk Black show. The first one ever that you couldn't choose. And that is amazing that, you know, that you couldn't separate the two. And that's important because there are important people in your life that made a big impact in your life. I mean, personally was in your life that made an impact. So I truly salute that and understand that 100%. But Audrey, I just want to say a big thank you for coming on the Just Talk Black show today. You know, the conversation just flowed today, and I definitely want to get you back on the Just Talk Black show, where I'm going to be hosting a woman's panel, and we're going to be talking about relationship, and we're going to be talking about mental health. And I feel that you have to be on that panel. You know, relationships is a part of forgiveness as well. It can be through many stuff, so I feel that that's important. Mental health as well, self-love, as you was talking about self-love. So that's the second reason why you have to be on that panel. And then the third reason why you have to be on that panel, because you're such a lovely lady. You are truly blessed. You are truly blessed.
Much.
And I just want to just say, may God bless you and your family and everything that you lay your hands on and you do in your life. You know, I just want to see.
Can I say something, DJ Purpose?
Yeah.
I want to say something whilst you're here. I looked yesterday at the word purpose, determined, goals. Yeah? You do your purpose. You serve your purpose, brother, because you have been born with a purpose. And so that name is a powerful name. Yeah? It aims. Yeah? You have a direction. You have a goal. You have a determination. That name, DJ Purpose. Continue serving your purpose, my brother. Continue, because there are many people out there today and they don't even know their purpose. And you are serving your purpose thus far. I know there's much more within, yeah? But thus far, you are shining that purpose light.
Thank you. Wow. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. You know, and I only do this show because of love, because I want to spread love. I want the Black community to grow. I want to see us back to where we belong in the world. I want people to love us. I want people to respect us. But I also want us to have the number one country. And that's my goal, is always to see Africa on the number one on the map.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And the reason why I say Africa, because from Africa is number one on the map. And in my heart, it is number one on the map. But I believe from when we invest as black people invest in Africa, and Africa's big. When we're talking about Africa, there's many places in Africa, many places. But I believe from when that is on number one and people have that respect, they will look at black people totally different. Totally different. They look at people in Dubai and think Dubai is rich and glory and this and that because of how they built the structure. We as black people, when we put our hands to anything, we are creators. We can make many things. Go back into our history and the things that we have created that people have stolen and said that they've created, which is a total lie. Black people, when we put our hand to anything, we are very creative. And I just wanted to say, as I was saying before, thank you for coming on the Just Talk Black show. As I said, you are a wonderful, blessed woman.
Thank you so much.
And I thank
Totally
Jeannie.
enjoyed it.
If Jeannie is listening as well, Jeannie is the one who is.
She's listening.
She's listening. So Jeannie out there, big you up out there. You're doing a wonderful thing as well. And I've got to get her back on the show as well to be part of that woman's panel, because you two are so, wonderful people. And as I said, when I started this show, as I said, I started to help out, but many people like yourself I've met on this show, which are wonderful people and who are actually doing stuff within the community that your light needs to be showing out there in the world. So thank you again for coming on the Just Talk Black show. We are going to catch up and we're always going to keep in contact with you. And if there's anything the Just Talk Black show can do for you, never be afraid to just give me a call. You've got my number. Give me a call and say, DJ Purpose, I need help doing whatever it is. I would help you in that, because you are such a wonderful person. So people, if you're out there, so Jeannie, thank you for today. And I do appreciate you very much for coming on the Just Talk Black show. So people, that's it for today on the Just Talk Black show. What an interview that was. We could have gone into many different things and many different areas we could have touched today. That conversation of forgiveness and letting go is a conversation that, if somebody has hurt you today out there, have that conversation with them. Let them know how you feel. Free yourself from that weight that you have on your shoulder or you have in your heart. Free yourself from that. As Audrey was saying, self-love, start with that. We've talked about that on this show before, self-love, loving yourself and putting yourself as number one first. Before you can love anybody else out there, you have to love yourself first. So that is my advice for you guys today. Start with yourself first. Love yourself and forgive yourself. Many times we make mistakes that we do throughout our life and said, only if I didn't make that mistake, only if I didn't do that. Life can start at any time, people, that you wanted. You can start a fresh life at any time. So forgive yourself. Start life fresh. Start it as how you want it to be going forward. Forgive yourself and love yourself. And I just wanted to quickly say a big shout out to everybody who has tuned in today. You are the biggest audience to my heart out there. I appreciate you. And if you are new, please subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate you watching today and taking your time out to be a part of this community. This channel is made for black people. This is for you. This is your community. If you do want to see stuff that I am not showing or stuff that you want advice for the show, please give me a call and say, DJ Purpose, can you add this? Or this is a conversation that we need to have as a black community. So I just want to say a big thank you for you all tuning in today. And yeah, remember guys, the book is absolutely free. Please just give me a call and say, DJ Purpose, I'm going to make it as simple as this. I want that book, DJ Purpose. Simple as that. I'm not going to make it any harder. Just say that you want the book and it will get posted out to you. This is the book that you must get, people. You must get. And just big shout out to everybody who's come on the Just Talk Black show. All my guests who has been on the Just Talk Black show, I salute them. But remember, guys, we have a special episode for you on Sunday. Fatherless Home and Black Man's Hood. This is what we're going to be talking about with Rory. He is the highest man coach. He has a business, and we're going to be talking about the broken home of growing up without a father in the house. This is going to be an excellent topic, guys, that you definitely need to tune in. So you can follow me on Instagram and you can get the information and get the link for that show, which will be posted out very soon. So you can get the link and you can subscribe to the show and it will notify you. So just again, please like the channel and subscribe. When you subscribe to the channel, it will notify you of when I am going live, even though I'm live every Thursday, you know, but if we do a special show on a different day, it will notify you, which is very important. And spread that love out there. Let your family, your cousins and everybody know about the Just Talk Black Show. But thank you for tuning in to the Just Talk Black Show. My name is DJ Purpose. If you didn't know, I am the host of this show and I am always here for you guys. If you need anything, hit me up. And if you are suffering with that you do want to forgive someone and you do want to get hold of our guests and you don't know how to get hold of us, just give me a call and I can put you in contact with Audrey, lovely lady, and she can help you along your way of letting go of that hurt or that trauma and learning to forgive people. So guys, thank you for tuning in to the Just Talk Black Show.
Big love to everyone tuning in. To every voice, every vibe, every black soul shining. This one's for you. Thank you for riding with the Just Talk Black Show. Oh.
We started with the mic and a dream. Now your love makes the vision beam. Every like, every share, every view means the world. We honor you. You stayed locked in week by week, giving power to the words we speak. This is more than a show, it's true. So we give this back to you.
Thank you for the love, yeah, we feel that vibe. Feel that vibe. Up and keep us alive. From the heart of the block to the globe.
Let them know.
Thank you for riding with the Just Talk Black Show.
Big respect to the fam who stayed through the laughs, the tears, the moves we made. You are the reason we grow and glow. Thank you for tuning to Just Talk Black Show. We talk black, we talk bold, but it's you that keeps the story told. When you come and call in and vibe, you bring this whole thing to life. From black business to rising stars, we're shining bright cause you play your part. No matter where you're watching from, you are the heartbeat of this drum.
Thank you, Hunk, for the strength.
Love you show.
The fire in this black soul.
So glow.
One voice, one love, one flow.
Let it flow.
Thank you for watching the Just Talk Black Show.
You clap back, you lift up, you ride. Together we stand in black pride. No matter the topic, deep or light, you're the reason we shine so bright. We see you, we feel you. From every screen we're grateful to. Every click, every time you show. It's love, it's real, it's Just Talk Black Show.